Yo, Marvel Future 5 peeps, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're gonna test something a lot of people are interested in. Which ISO-8 set is the best one for Hulk? Now, we're not gonna be doing this on my main account. This is a side account of mine. This account actually has a little bit more max HP than my main account. It's 6.5% HP from cards. Let's go check the Hulk here. The Urus, I put 8 legendary HP Urus on him, trying to make him as close to a real life situation as possible, and some skill cooldown and ignore defense Urus. ISO-8 sets, we're gonna test 3 different ISO-8 sets, but before that let me show you the custom gear. It's a 2-star, very handy immunity to snare effect. Uniform is normal. Back to ISO-8 sets. So we're gonna test him with 3 different ISO-8 sets. First one is Power of Angry Hulk, second one is Binary Power, and the third one is an interesting one. It's an ISO-8 set with 6 components, plus we're gonna put 2 additional heal/vital ISOs. Now the problem on this account is, as I said, I don't play on this account actually. The world bosses are unlocked only around stage 5, maybe 10. So we're not gonna be able to actually do Proxima because he's gonna decimate her. She's the max is stage 3. Yeah, we cannot really do that. Thanos, kind of the same. He's stage 7. The problem with Thanos is at the beginning of 18th bar, he goes into iframe, so he kind of may interrupt you during your rotation, which is gonna make things not as accurate in a sense. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go play against Cull. As you guys know, Cull has really high physical defense, which is good for us because it's not gonna go as fast and we're not gonna go into those cutscenes. We're gonna go ahead and do stage 5. We're gonna use Cap as a lead. He gives 30% increase of max HP. As I said, I want to make it as close to a real life situation as possible. And we're just gonna throw in a random character that's not gonna strike, that's not support. But first let's go and check actually which ISO-8 set he has equipped. Well, let's go ahead and change that to Power of Angry Hulk. We're gonna do the first test with this. Go back. Obviously, we're not gonna use any strikers. So we're gonna do the same 1-minute test, but this time I'm gonna try to cancel as little as possible to make it more accurate. Also, I'm gonna count the rotations so we can do the same amount of rotations with all the tests. This is the second rotation. Third rotation. Four. Five. 6. And the last one, 7th rotation. As I said, we're gonna be doing 7 rotations with all the tests. Now let's go and change the ISO-8 set. But before doing that, let me actually show you the stats. Specifically, look at the critical rate, 46%. Now there's gonna be a slight change. He's gonna lose around 2% critical rate, but I think that is just negligible. It's not gonna change much. Let's change the set to Binary Power. Let's go back to the stats. As you can see, everything is the same except the critical rate. We're losing like not even 2%, like 1% critical rate. which is not gonna make that big of a difference, if any. So let's go back, same team, no strikers, and let's get in. All right, we're gonna do the same thing, same amount of rotations, same time, as little canceling of the skills as possible. This is the second rotation, third rotation, four, five, six, and the last one, seven. Interesting. Now this seems a little bit slower than with Power of Angry Hulk, but we'll see later on. Let's go and change the ISO-8 set again to the third one, which is gonna be Bloodthirst. Now let me just say that actually there is a more optimal 6 component ISO-8 set, which is, let's go check it out, the Animal Instinct. Animal Instinct is slightly better than Bloodthirst, gives max HP, all defense, critical damage and dodge, while Bloodthirst gives max HP, all attack, which is useless, critical rate and recovery rate. Looking at it like that, actually both are okay, because essentially you don't need the critical damage. He caps his critical damage because he gets so much from his uniform, so both are fine. Now we have this ISO-8 set, plus additionally we have 2 health/vital ISO-8s. Let's go check the details again. As you can see, it's pretty much the same with the lower critical rate, but here actually we lose around 7% attack speed, but this actually will not make any difference, because that's the reason why I was like counting the rotations. We're still gonna do 7 rotations. All right, let's go back and check it out. The same team, no strikers. All right, let's go. Same deal, same rotation, as little canceling as possible, and 7 rotations. This is the first one. Second rotation. Third rotation. Fourth. Fifth. Sixth. And 7 and last. Wow. Is this gonna be the highest damage? Damn. This is the highest damage, isn't it? Wow, that was crazy. Now, just to make sure, we're gonna do a different type of test now. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do only his third skill for around 1 minute. Again, I'm gonna count how many times I'm doing it, so I can do exactly the same amount of times for each test. I just want to make sure that everything is correct. Now this time I'm gonna put those tests on a double speed, so I'm not gonna comment anything, and we're gonna talk after it. Let's go change his ISO-8 set first. Start with Power of Angry Hulk, and let's go and see what's gonna happen. Actually, wait a second, let's do it on stage 1 so it becomes more discernible, right? And let's see what's gonna happen. As you can see from the tests we've seen so far, the ISO-6 set, Bloodthirst, is the best one offensively actually, with Power of Angry Hulk being the second and Binary Power third. I want to clarify that you would get similar results if you were to use Hokusai instead of POA, DDE instead of Binary Power, and Animal Instinct instead of Bloodthirst, because they essentially give similar offensive stats. I don't think this test is actually conclusive because there are actually two reasons. The first reason is all the ISO sets are stage 6, while that wouldn't change much for the ISO sets that give shield. Besides, obviously the awakened ISOs would give you more HP. With Power of Angry Hulk, that's 20% loss of an all attack buff. Relatively, comparatively speaking, Paul would gain more from stage 12 than the other sets. And yes, that buff actually works. I will show you a test about that in a bit. Actually, let's do it now. We're gonna go against Call Again, stage 5, and I will do the 4th skill 3 times when the ISO set proc is active and 3 times when the proc is off. What I'm trying to do here is just kind of reset the bar to 0 or around 0. Don't worry, I'll cut that tiny part and add it to the bar when comparing. As you can see, the proc works. It seems like the all attack buffs that you get temporarily, that are active for a certain period of time and then go away, actually work. On the other hand, permanent all attack increase, say from Urus, ISOs, leadership, don't work. Now back to the second reason why I think the tests are not conclusive. In the tests here, Hulk is tier 2 level 60. He gets a huge HP boost when you advance him to tier 3, which means that the ISO sets that increase max HP as a percentage, like Bloodthirst and Binary Power, would gain more comparatively. Also, you guys remember the test I've done about the leadership for Hulk? When was it, like a week ago? Yeah, the same deal. He was tier 2 back then. So at tier 3, Red She-Hulk may actually be better than She-Hulk. Because again, HP leaderships increase the HP as a percentage. So the more HP you have, the better the HP leadership itself becomes. I will actually retest that when I take his rage off. All in all, the difference is visible, but not huge, as you can see from the graph. As I said, I don't believe the test is conclusive, but from what we've seen, it seems like the ISO-6 set is the way to go offensively or even as a hybrid. Binary Power or DDE is probably still the best option defensively or for PvP only, since the HP difference is not too much relatively speaking with the ISO-6 set, and you get a 32% max HP shield instead of 21, which is 1/3 of a difference. Power of Angry Hulk, I think it is still fine for PvE, especially if you will have a hard time capping his ignore defense. Remember, the ISO-6 sets and Binary Power don't give any ignore defense. Other than that, definitely don't use POA for PvP. Alright guys, I hope this helps you and I hope it clears things a bit. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.